Hey, Money. Thank you so much for taking my call. It was a pleasure
Yeah,
to
of
have you
course.
today.
No
Um,
problem.
Cheers, man. I'm doing some research on a project that I'm doing, and I just wanted to pick
Mhm.
your brain on a couple of stuff about your lifestyle, how you do things, and how money rolls.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see how money rolls.
All right. Cool.
Excited. Mhm.
Um, Before we start, can you tell me about yourself a bit, your background, what makes you thick, who's money?
Who is Money? Okay, Money is a 5'11" man who is like 170 pounds. Or is it too personal? I guess I study computer science. That's the more important part. And yeah, also I do like video editing on the sides and like make music for fun and hobbies. And yeah, that's about it for Money, I guess.
Money is such a cool person. I'm proud to know money. Very cool, man. One of the things that I want to bring up is your content creation activities. Can you talk a bit more about those? How they started?
Mm.
What initiated that whole aspect of your life? Just like a primer on it.
Yeah, so it was actually started in 2013 or so. My mom and dad bought a tablet for me, and I got introduced to the app of YouTube. And that was when it all started to roll. I got so excited. Back then, I used to play Minecraft, the game. So I used to watch a lot of Minecraft YouTubers, and I was like, wait, I can also do that. Like, this is not something that everybody can do. So I kind of started with the Windows Movie Maker and edited all of my stuff on that. And then from time to time, I learned Adobe Premiere and got more professional and more professional, and just yeah, created content for fun. And now recently, I just got into music for some reason, and yeah, I used my content creation skills to like make professional, I guess, music videos, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
That's so cool. This is such an interesting turn. So can you tell me a bit more about this aspect of your life? Is it more like of a side thing, or is it the main thing? I'm a huge fan of your content, by the way. As you know,
Appreciate it. Appreciate
I
it.
give all of them thumbs ups and other things that millennials do to content that are inappropriate.
Oh, nice, nice. Uh, I guess this is something that I wouldn't mind being a main project for me, but right now I'm just creating content to create a portfolio, and I'm not even trying to be an artist or something. I just want to create a big portfolio, and I'm also doing computer science. So I'm just tackling different aspects of life and just yeah, in like 3 or 4 years from now, I guess I would take it more seriously when I have more free time and I have a job and all that stuff, and yeah, create a business out of it for sure.
That's so cool. So long term
Mm.
goal is actually to turning it on to like a business and like something that essentially is a career, right? Did I get
Yeah,
it right?
use the cash flow of the computer science job. Like, I'm gonna be a software engineer, so yeah, to use the cash flow to like fund this hobby and turn it into an actual working business. Yeah.
That's really cool. Can you talk a bit more about your specifically content creation cycle? Like, how do you
Mm.
start? Like, how do you arrive at the time that you post something? What's the preamble to
Oh,
that?
what's the
What's the whole
process? Okay.
process?
Okay. So it first starts with brainstorming. Just I usually for my recent content I do music. So I want to do something a twist on a music. Like I don't just want to do a cover of it. So I'm like, okay, which song is good for me? Okay, and which song fits my vocal cords. So yeah, I first choose a song and then just brainstorm on how I can go about it. So I play guitar, so I just yeah kind of freestyle guitar on it and all that stuff. And then from then I go to the software FL Studio and basically just create a just mess around. It's totally not planned. I just do whatever and something happens usually because yeah, it usually the creative stuff just comes to my mind and yeah, and I do the recording on the FL Studio and all that stuff. And then I plan on how to shoot the video. So I go I first choose a place. I usually go in the public to film. And what I do, I just have an iPhone, but I use like 10 camera angles and I do the same pose in every video, but in just different angles. And I kind of merge all of them into it. It's like making a music video with like 10 camera angles, but I just have an iPhone. So this is basically the idea. And then, yeah, I capture the footage on that and yeah, go on to Adobe Premiere usually. And yeah, Adobe Premiere and After Effects and Photoshop. These are the three main softwares that I use. And yeah, I usually create a cover art for my work and post. Yeah.
That's really cool. It's so cool to hear these steps. Between these steps that you mentioned, what do you think the allocation of time is between each of them? Like what takes up most of the time? Can you also speak into what parts are enjoyable, what parts are like more like hustle and less enjoyable?
Oh, tedious. The most tedious part just comes to my mind immediately, just the editing part, because it's so tedious, because you know what you have to do, but it's just so tedious cutting everything and snapping everything to the beat because you have to like time everything. That's the most tedious part. And usually it's not really creative. You just know what you have to do. But I guess the most fun part is just coming up with music ideas. It's just how you can twist this music to make it a unique style that is yours. And yeah, that is the most fun part for me.
That's really cool. And what do you say is the percentage of time that goes to that
Oh,
slot
personally.
of pre-production and actually shooting it and posting it? Like, can you go through phases like from idea to I have a complete flow to shooting in these three phases?
Okay, so I really don't know what to allocate for brainstorming because I usually just have a day where I brainstorm and have like a 10 to 20 ideas ready to go. And then, so that would just be a day, and the other days are not going to be brainstorming or anything. And I say most of the time it actually is the recording process because you have to go learn a song and you have to adapt your own voice to it. And then, so I guess that would take about, I mean, in percentage wise, I say more than 60%. Yeah. Because after that, I have a past experience with making YouTube videos. So, in making the video, I usually don't have to think that hard because it's usually routine for me. So, I would say just getting ready and going to the place and all that stuff, it takes time. So, it takes like, uh, I'd say 20%, and the other 20% is just editing. It usually just takes 5 to 6 hours of editing, and it will be done.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. And would you say that in that idea to scripts phase, it's there is not nothing tedious, or is there tedious stuff there too?
Oh, you usually hit a roadblock. It's not usually that smooth. Like you have 20 ideas, and when you want to execute them, it's like 19 of them are not executable. It's very, it's kind of tedious, but it's also fun because I just like coming up with ideas. So I guess, yeah, it's like half and half.
So still half. And when you say brainstorm, is this like a completely solo operation, or do you have other people involved or other tech involved?
Oh, from the beginning to the end, it's just me. Yeah, it's a solo process. Yeah.
That's really cool. Um, do you like idea board your stuff? Do you validate them somehow? Like, do you in any way
Oh.
engage reception? Like, do you think about these at the ideation
Hmm.
stage, like how this will be perceived from the people who will view this content?
That's actually a very interesting question. Um, I usually go with the data of the algorithm. Usually the algorithm of Instagram tells you pretty good, like what's the watch time of your video. If your video is 1 minute, but people watch it in 15 seconds, you know that it's not gonna be good. So I guess for the next thing, I'm gonna take that criticism from the app and use it to make shorter content or like more engaging content. But I also sometimes use my brother to as a reference to just hear my work and kind of see what his thoughts are in the process. But yeah.
That's really cool. It's really cool. And say after the fact, when it's posted and it's done and online, um, what's your measure of success? What success looks like? How do you see
Hmm.
I I've done good this time around
Oh,
or
I
bad?
My measurement for now, because it's not a main thing, is kind of I made this professional work and it's gonna be you either if it like does good or not, it's gonna be used as a portfolio. So it's not a lose for me, but it's kind of also I guess tedious sometimes when like you put so much work into something and it just doesn't perform well. It's kind of but I usually just move over to the next project when I'm done with it. Yeah.
That's really cool. So and the way you would say it worked or didn't work is mostly how for that metric of how long the video has been viewed, or is it likes
Yeah,
and comments? Can you what goes in your mind?
the metric, yeah, as I said, I really don't have a metric. It's right now it's just gonna be used as a portfolio, so it's not a lose for me. But I guess yeah, some the metric that I could specify is like yeah, watch time and interactions, like how many people saw your content versus how many people interacted with it, like posted it, commented, posted a comment on it, or shared it, or liked it. It all shows this data. So yeah, I usually pay attention to that also.
That's really cool. Have you ever had a viral moment when something has gone wild beyond your expectations?
Uh, viral moment I had like there was this guy that was famous and he was on Instagram live and I saw that oh that's like 15 minutes away from me, so I just took the opportunity, went there and filmed with him for like 10 minutes and made it into a video, and I guess that got like 10,000 views on YouTube or something. But yeah, that's the viral moment, I guess. Yeah.
That's so cool. And when you get to the point that you want to pursue this as you said, it's right now it's just more like portfolio, so you don't have like goals that you're specifically tracking. But
Mhm.
imagine that moment comes and you want to start tracking. Would these types of interactions be like important and central, like having someone, as you said, who's like has like a large follower base, come up those collaborations, that
Oh yes,
discoverability
for
of
sure.
you with someone else? And how would you go about it if when say you want to do it today? Well, how would you
Yeah.
aim for going viral?
Okay, so when I go aim for it, that's when I have money in my hands, so I can do a lot of things. So First of all, I would get a mentor, a social media mentor to just guide me over the process because even if I study for like 5 years, the algorithm and all that stuff, there is somebody that just knows how to get around the system. So I would definitely get someone to watch over me and watch over my work. And I would also hire professionals. Like, let's say, uh, if I hire this editor, he's gonna make this content 10 times better. So it would be a good investment for me to just go along with that editor instead of just me putting all the effort in. And yeah, sort of just I guess dividing my work to others. Yeah.
So those are the only types of people you would hire with money, right? So the editor and say money is not
Editor.
an issue. You can
Uh,
employ whoever you want, like however many you want. What's the
oh,
composition?
oh, I would go wild with that. I would get a editor, a thumbnail designer, a mentor, a producer, and what else? I have infinite money, so I guess I go with no, that would be the four. Yeah, that would be for enough for me. Yeah.
That's really cool. Um, okay. Any specific workflows that you've developed, even at the scale that you're working right now, to automate stuff, like remove tediousness from some of the tasks? Any specific things that help you keep the sanity
Yeah,
while that and not having to deal with things that are not enjoyable?
For sure. For my editing part, it's usually just the music playing, and you have the sound waves in the bottom part of the editing. So you have the sound waves. You don't have to hear the music. So I usually just play a podcast or something and edit my videos with listening to a podcast. That makes it like 10 times better because I my ADHD brain can just focus on something. It has to like listen to a podcast, edit a video, and like do 10 things at once. So yeah, that usually makes it much for more fun for me. And also, I guess automation wise, yeah, for I have a lot of presets ready. I have like a lot of settings that I use for my FL Studio and Adobe Premiere. I just save them as presets, so that just takes a lot of work out of me. Just yeah, just the presets. I'm gonna just dump them into the project and roll with that. These are the two things that make me for less tedious.
That's really cool. And since you're very also technical, I'm asking you this: do you have AI workflows as well? Like, do you have Gen AI in the workflow anywhere? Just like with
Oh.
ChatGPT or to anything else that you use, like software wise.
I definitely went on exploring AIs from using it because it's so powerful. ChatGPT is, of course, an important part because usually before just ChatGPT, I used to watch YouTube tutorials and all that stuff. But ChatGPT, you can just ask a specific question and it just shows you a guideline. So it's so much more better on that. So I definitely use ChatGPT. And also, for music wise, I try to use some there is a part of the at the end of the recording and all that stuff you have to mix and master. So I explored a bit of AIs that do the mix and mastering automatically, but I saw just the results were not good. A human touch was just a different thing. So yeah, I tried exploring it but didn't get anywhere. So I just used ChatGPT.
Okay, that's really cool, and hopefully AI will get there, or I don't know.
Oh,
You cool with AI getting there, or do you generally want AI to stop?
I mean, I'm even scared for my major computer science. Like it all ChatGPT, like does my code already, so I don't know. In like 10 more years, it's just do I even need anything? But yeah, for music, but for creative stuff, I don't think it's gonna get to that point. I think there is always a human that has to supervise on the creative work.
That's
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, I think so too. Um, Really cool. And one last push on that ChatGPT side. Does it come more into effect in your brainstorming or in your finding your way around software? What's the
Mm.
time that you prompt the most?
The most is for sure. It's not creative stuff. It's basically questions. So in like mixing and mastering, you have to like do equalizing and also compression and like reverb and all that stuff, and it just gets so much confusing. And whenever I have a specific questions about those parts, I just ask ChatGPT. Or when I have a specific thing I want to do in Adobe Premiere, like I want to do this specific transition or this specific effect, I just ask ChatGPT on how to go about that. That's usually what I use the most for
So
ChatGPT.
purely technical, mainly.
Technical, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And on the evaluation side, would you ever ask it, I'm gonna produce a content like this, will it be perceived well? Do you have any suggestions on changing the script? Do you ever do that kinds of
Oh,
post checking when you say you have a script? So you didn't use it on the brainstorming. You have a script, but now that you have the script, you wanna evaluate it. Does ChatGPT come to play in that part at all?
um, I actually tried it, but it just gives you general things like, yeah, you can go, I don't know, it's so general. And usually you have to explain it so specific until it gives you a good criticization. So I just use humans like my brother. It's so much
it's,
easier.
it's available
Yeah,
right there, and
yeah,
and
exactly.
he doesn't hallucinate, or he does. Not
Well,
cool.
I guess if he trips on mushrooms or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Would you say you found more success with ChatGPT specifically in other aspects of your life? Like, is there somewhere that you use it as an operating system, something that you have flows programmed with it, or still it's too dumb for all of those?
Flows, I'm not sure about flows, but it's kind of like become like a smartphone for me where I can't live without it. It just I use it in my day-to-day life on my day-to-day activities. It's so powerful. Like for my all of my subjects, if I'm stuck somewhere, it just gives you the step-by-step guide, and now it's gotten so much better. You just can just take a picture of something and it just gives you the guide for it. And it's so powerful for that. It's a very powerful learning source. And also, I use it for Googling. Like I don't Google that much. I just ask ChatGPT for it, and it usually gives a much better answer than like finding an article that someone wrote. Yeah, that's so much better for me. So yeah.
That's really cool. Do you have long running sessions with ChatGPT, like something like a tab that's open for like a month, and then you go back to it and you add a prompt to that same chat because you're tracking something over time? Do you have those kinds of flows with
Oh,
ChatGPT?
no, no. It's usually just one chat. Like it usually continuous, but yeah, it's usually in a day where I'm stuck somewhere and I just solve it in that day. I don't have anything continuous. No.
So you would say most of your chats with ChatGPT are separate session, one question, one answer. You would say that that's like
Yeah,
90%
usually
of your.
something that is related in one
Okay.
chat. Yeah.
Any case that it's like one thread with 20 prompts from you? Can you talk to like a specific case that it's more than one prompt? Is it because it's stupid or is it
Mm.
because you are providing more info?
Uh, yeah, it's kind of stupid. After like 20 prompts, it just it loses track. It doesn't remember what you said first, and it just it's like a factory reset for it, so it just goes to the default. So it's there is no point. You can just start a new chat. Yeah, I usually try that, but yeah, I think the newer models are better at that. But yeah, the free version and it's too stupid for that.
And how frequent do you say that happens? Like once a month that you go above one prompt, or is it once a week? What's the frequency?
Oh, I usually go above one prompt, but it's usually continuous. Like for to give you an example, it's like, okay, how do I use compression on my vocals? And then there is like a separate things that compression does. It has threshold, ratio, attack, release. So I just ask specific things about those. So it's like I guess five or six messages going back and forth, and yeah, that's about it.
That's really cool.
And
Yeah, and you were
yeah,
saying?
how frequent? I guess it's every day that I
Okay,
do
so
that.
every
Yeah.
day you have, and what would you say your longest prompt in every day is? Like on average, like say five prompts from me. That's the
On
average for the longest.
average, yeah, I would say actually a five
Did
is
I
the
just give
average for
you
me.
an idea? Did come up with your own? These
Yeah.
did I
Okay.
plan that number five in your, because
No,
I'm
let's go
talking
with
the
four.
average.
Okay.
That's something that everyone does, like myself included. I was just wanted to do, since you're such a cool younger creative, maybe you do things
Appreciate it.
completely different.
Kid usually doesn't go on average, I would say five.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I. All right. That's really cool. So, Mani, thank you so much for your time. Can I bother you
Sure.
further? If so, I'm building a product specifically in this space, helping creatives, specifically
Mm-hmm.
on content creation. So,
Mm-hmm.
would I be able to reach out to you with more questions in future?
Yes, of course. I would be so much glad to answer your questions. Yeah, it was
That's so
fun.
nice of you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for your time. And also, if you knew one or two more people who are like active in the space of content creation, like yourself, I would really appreciate an intro to them, so that you know, like they have essentially quirks and, as you said, tedious
Oh yeah.
stuff in their workflows that might help with like a solution.
For sure. I would reach out to them and see if they are willing to do. Yeah, for sure.
That's so cool. Thank you so much for your time. Cheers.
No problem, man. Cheers. Bye bye.